Hello, this is Ankit Reddy. Welcome to the .NET course from educators.com, world's best online training tutorial for the reading technologies. In this video, we'll discuss on ASP.NET State Management. So, before watching this, I strongly recommend you to watch the introduction on state management from the educators.com website. Let's move straight away to the client-side state management techniques. That's called view state and hidden fields. Will be seeing in this video. The next videos will be seeing cookies and query strings, and later onwards we'll be seeing this server-side techniques. After we discuss some examples in ASP.NET codings, we'll be discussing ADO.NET before going to discuss with the server side, because it is having SQL Server. So let me give the sessions on ADO.NET. So in this session, we are going to discuss view state and hidden fields. Let me flip to the Visual Studio. Here I have designed like this, just a view state demo. If you want to make it as a bold, you can make it as a bold. Here I'm taking a label and a text box, whatever it is. I'm getting the first toolbox. Now let me get a label. Please make an habit of changing this IDs, whatever control you drag and drop to this page. Right click on it. Please change ID first. LBL, enter name. Let me change the here also, enter name. Then here I'm taking a text box. Then let me take a button. So for this also, please change the ID. TXT name. Then let me take button. Just drag and drop. This button is went to the right corner. So what you can make it is just select this cell, then go here, justify center, so that it will come in between. ID, change it, button, submit. Then submit a text. And here I'm taking a label, one more label. Yes, LBL message I'm taking. Text is nothing. I don't want anything, a text. Now let us see that how to store data in a view state and how to retrieve the data from that view state. View state can be used to maintain the state at a page level. Very important point is a view state can be used to maintain the state at a page level. Do not get confused if you get a question in interviews. So the term page level means that the information is being stored for a specific page and until that specific page is active. Remember that. What that page level means, that the information is being stored for a specific page and until that specific page is active. Once the user is redirected to or goes to some other page, the information stored in the view state get lost. Using a view state is quite simple. Typically, the view state is used when we want a user to be redirected to the same page and the information being added by the user remains persistent until the user is on the same page. Now let me create a button click event. How do we create a button click event is you just double click on this button called submit, so that you will be getting button click event. This is called button click event. This is a button and this is called click. Now how to store a value in a view state? View state, then string key we need to supply. Here I am taking username, then is equals to txt name dot. How to get or set a value from the text box is we need to use a property called .text. So if you wanted to get a value from the text box, we'll be using .text. If you wanted to set a value for the text box as well, we'll be using .text. This is how we'll be storing. Let me type here. Storing the username in a view state. storing the username view state. We have stored whatever the user is typing in the text box will be storing in a username whenever user click on the button, and username is the key here, and the value is the text which is being passed to this user name key. So username is a key and this is a value. View state is a key value pair. How to retrieve the value from a view state? It is so simple. lbl message dot txt. Again, for label and text box both are same dot txt property. Whatever you wanted to get or if you wanted to set will be used both the times dot text. Here we are going to assign a text box value to view state. Here we are assigning some value to this label. How do we get that value? The same thing, you just copy it and paste here. Now we're getting some error. See, what's the error? What is it telling? Cannot implicitly convert type object to string. An explicit conversion exists. Are you missing a cache? Means this view state is an object type and we are trying to assign this object type to the string type. So this is not possible. We need to explicitly convert this to string type. How do we convert? Convert dot to string. So entire thing we are going to converting into the string. Then we are assigning. Before assigning, we are converting it. That's it. Hope you understand. This is how we'll be storing, and this is how accessing the view state value or data, whatever it is. Let me show you with a breakpoint here and here, and then I'm going to execute it. Before that, you can build also if it is required, but I'm sure that there are no errors, so only I just click on a run button. Now see, page load is getting called for the first time. Just remember that a page load event will call the first time whenever a page is getting called. Now see, for the line by line execution, please take this F10. Now we'll be seeing this one, a page, enter name, whatever name you can want, you will put that. Okay, click on submit. Again see what is happening, line by line execution. For every time, page load event will get fired. Now see, I'm clicking on it. You see here, the one which is getting like this, Ankit. So setting up a value to the view state is like this, and accessing the value from view state is like this. This is how we will be using within the page. Retrieving the value and setting up the value we have seen. Suppose if you wanted to disable this view state, how do we do that? Setting a view state at a application level, setting a view state at a page level, setting a view state at control level. All these things are there. First, let us see that control level. Control level means go to the source. This is the text box we have. Bring it down. Then bring it down. This also. Set. Enable view state. By default it will be true. You can make disable like this, enable view state equal to false. This is called control level, enabling disabling the view state. Suppose if you wanted to make at the page level, again here also you can make this enable view state equal to false. By default it will be true. If you wanted to disable view state or else view state at the entire application, go to the web.config file. Here you can make it as a enable viewState equal to false. Here pages enable viewState equal to false. Like this, we can disable viewState if we don't want to use this viewState in our application. So like this, we will be disabling viewState for entire application, and if we make here, this is a particular page only we are making, disabling the viewState, and this is a control level. For a particular control, if you don't want this viewState, you can go ahead like this, enable viewState equal to false. And let us see what are the advantages. Advantage of using viewState is it is very simple to use. This is the biggest advantage. And disadvantage is like that we cannot be used to store sensitive data like passwords, credit card pins, like that. It might make a page heavy if lots of data is stored in a viewState. That is the disadvantages. Advantage is that it is very simple. Disadvantage is that it makes the page heavy. I mean, the page load will get time if you are making use of many viewState variables. Please be aware that don't use many of the viewState variables. Now let us move to hidden fields. Let me flip to the Visual Studio for hidden field. Here hidden field demo. If you wanted to make it a bold, just select this bold. And here also I'm taking a design like that. We'll be having one text box, then one button. Let me take. See here, either you wanted to take a label or you can directly type like this, enter name. It's up to you whether you wanted to take label and type something, or without label also you can take. I'm going to get the toolbox, then bring the text box. Here let me take a button. So for text box also let me change the ID first. Txt name to the button submit, text will be submit. Then here the hidden fields, what is this hidden field is called? ASP.NET provides a server control called hidden field, which can be used to store a value at a page level again, which is similar to viewState. For example, when we are updating any record, we don't update ID of that record. For that, we'll be hiding that, not to display to the user. We have a field called hidden field, like this. Then you can change it whatever you want, ID. I'll be changing hidden field HV name, like this. Now, how to set a value to a hidden field? Like same as viewState, let me double click on the submit button so that I will be getting button click event. Here HV name dot text, HV name dot something called, it's not text, so value, yeah, is equals to txt name dot text. See here, we are not getting any kind of error message that we have got in the this one. We go to the viewState. We don't require to convert it because viewState is of type object type, so that we are required to change that. Here it is not required. Okay, let us see that in page load whether it is required or not. As of now, we are setting up the value. Setting up the value to hidden field. So if you take a hidden field control that cannot be visible to the user when you execute your application. So it will be most helpful for you for the development purpose, not for the user perspective. So you can hide that from viewing by the user. Then you can use it for your coding purpose. That's it. So I have set a value to a hidden field. Here I am setting a value to a hidden field as shown here. I'm taking input from the user via txt_name.text and assigning it to the hidden fields value property. It basically stores only one value in its property. How to retrieve this value from a hidden field? And again we need one label. Let me take that label, change it immediately. Real message, and I don't want any text. Now let me go to the view code. Here I wanted to retrieve this hidden field value to where we want, to a label dot text. So as we can see here, we are retrieving a value from the value in the hidden field and assigning it to a label. The hidden field's value property returns a string by default. So we don't require a conversion. This will be, see, when I mouse over on a value, you can see that string. The first word is string. So this also string, this also string. Hence you don't require to change anything. Let us execute this and see that. Before that, let me build one time. Here getting any errors, you can see that. Now I'm going to build this. If we get any errors, we'll rectify that. Okay, click on this. Okay, cannot see that because we don't have any breakpoint. Now if you see here, because that came, now you can see Ankit is displayed here. Then we can use this value for your anything development purpose, and we cannot see anywhere hidden field. See here, we are displaying here as Ankit. Here also we displayed in a ViewState demo. This is hidden field demo. This is ViewState demo. Hope you understand this. ViewState and hidden field value. Hidden field demo. Advantage is like it's very simple to use. Hidden fields store the value in a page itself. Disadvantage is like that it will make a page heavy like ViewState if too many hidden fields are used to store data, and it cannot store sensitive data. Please do not store any sensitive data in this ViewState or hidden fields because hackers may hack it. Thank you for watching. Then we'll move to the next session, cookies and query string. Thank you.